From the Cuneiform Parallels of the Old Testament. The Myth of Adapa. This myth is preserved among 4 fragments, 3 of which once belonged to the library of the Assyrian king Ashurbanipal, 668 to 626 BC, in Nineveh, while the 4th was discovered among the archives of the Egyptian heretic king Amenopsis IV, 1377 to 1361 BC, in Tel el-Amarna, Egypt. The latter had the divisions of the world marked by small dots in red ink, and was therefore used as means of teaching the Babylonian language in Egypt. The contents of the 4 tablets may be here summarized as a clue to their contents, which in the translation alone might not always be clear upon the first examination. Number 1, Adapa, or perhaps Adamu, the son of Ea, had received from his father wisdom, but not eternal life. He was a semi-divine being and was the wise man of a priest of the temple of Ea in Eridu, which he provided with the ritual bread and water. In the exercise of this duty, he carried on fishing upon the Persian Gulf. Number 2. When Adapa was fishing one day on a smooth sea, the south wind rose suddenly and overturned his boat, so that he was thrown into the sea. Angered by the mishap, he broke the wings of the south wind so that for 7 days it could not blow the sea coolness over the hot land. Anu calls Adapa to account for this misdeed, and his father Ea warns him as to what should befall him. He tells him how to secure the pity of Tammuz and Gishzida, whom he would meet at heaven's portal. He cautions him not to eat the food or partake of the drink which would be set before him, as Ea feared that food and drink of death would be offered him. The counsel was ill-advised, for it was rather the food of life and the water of life that were set before him, and the overcaution deprived him of immortal life, and he had to return to earth. Number 3 is a duplicate of lines 12 to 21 in number 2. Number 4 is so badly broken that its general sense is very difficult to obtain. The correspondences with Genesis 2 and 3 and the differences also are most interesting, and it may well be hoped that latter discoveries may provide material for still more striking comparisons. It may here be pointed out simply that the food of life belongs to the same category as the tree of life in Genesis. Adam lost immortality because he desired to become like God. Adapa, on the other hand, was already endowed with knowledge and wisdom, and failed of immortality not because he was disobedient like Adam, but through his literal obedience to Ea, his creator. That the paradise narrative, Genesis 2 and 3, may have been influenced at least in part, Zimmerman, by the Adapa myth seems most probable. We know certainly that this myth had reached Egypt as early as the 14th century BC, and presumably also had passed through Palestine. Tablet number 1. He possessed intelligence, his command like the command of Anu. He, Ea, granted him a wide ear to reveal the destiny of the land. He granted him wisdom, but he did not grant him eternal life. In those days, in those years, the wise man of Eridu, Ea had created him as chief among men, a wise man whose command none should oppose. The prudent, the most wise among the Anunnaki he was. Blameless, of clean hands, anointed, observer of the divine statutes. With the bakers he made bread. With the bakers of Eridu he made bread. The food and the water for Eridu he made daily. With his clean hands he prepared the table, and without him the table was not cleared. The ship he steered, fishing and hunting for Eridu he did. Then Adapa of Eridu, while Ea, in the chamber upon the bed, daily the closing of Eridu he attended to. Upon the pure dam, the new moon dam, he embarked upon the ship. The wind blew and his ship departed. With the oar he steered his ship upon the broad sea. Tablet 2. The south wind, when he had driven me to the house of my Lord, I said, O south wind, on the way I shall to thee everything that thy wing will break. As he spoke with his mouth, the wing of the south wing was broken. 7 days the south wind blew not upon the land. Anu called to his messenger, Ilabrat, Why has the south wind not blown upon the land for 7 days? His messenger Ilabrat answered him, My lord Adapa, the son of Ea, the wing of the south wind has broken. Tablet 2 continued. When Anu heard the words, he cried, Help! He ascended his throne. Let someone bring him. Likewise Ea, who knows the heaven, he roused him. Tablet 3. When heard that, in the anger of his heart, his messenger he sent, he who knows the heart of the great gods. He caused him to wear with a mourning garment. He garbed him and gave him counsel, saying, Adapa, before the face of Anu, the king thou art to go. To King Ea to come, to him he caused words to be born. To him, to King Ea, he sent a messenger, with a wide ear knowing the heart of the great gods, of the heavens be fixed. A soiled garment he made him wear. With a mourning garment he clad him. A word he spoke to him. To heaven, when thou comest up, and when thou approachest the door of Anu, at the door of Anu, Tammuz and Gishzida are standing. Adapa, before the king Anu thou shalt go. Fail not the other, keep my word. When thou comest up to heaven, and approachest the door of Anu, Tammuz and Gishzida at the door of Anu are standing. Tablet 2. They will see thee, they will ask thee, Sir, for whose sake dost thou appear, Adapa? For whom art thou clad in mourning garment? In our country 2 gods have vanished, therefore I am so. Who are the 2 gods, who in the land have vanished? Tammuz and Gishzida. They will look at each other and be astonished. Good words they will speak to Anu. A good countenance of Anu they will show to thee. When thou standest before Anu, food of death they will set before thee. Eat not. Water of death they will set before thee. Drink not. Garments they will set before thee. Put them on. Oil they will set before thee. Anoint thyself. The counsel that I have given thee, forget not. The words which I have spoken, hold fast. The messenger of Anu came. Adapa has broken the wing of the south wind. Bring him before me. To the road of heaven he made him take, and to the heaven he ascended. And he came to heaven when he approached the door of Anu. At the door of Anu, Tammuz and Gishzida are standing. When they saw him, Adapa, they cried, Help, sir, for whom dost thou so appear? Adapa, for whom art thou clad in mourning garment? In the country 2 gods have vanished, therefore am I clad in mourning garments. Who are the 2 gods who have vanished from the land? Tammuz and Gishzida. They looked at one another and were astonished. When Adapa before Anu, the king, drew near, and Anu saw him, he cried, Come hither, Adapa. Why hast thou broken the wings of the south wind? Adapa answered Anu, My lord, for the house of my lord in the midst of the sea, I was catching fish. The sea was like a mirror, the south wind blew and capsized me. To the house of the Lord I was driven. In the anger of my heart I took heed. Tammuz and Gishzida answered, Thou art, to Anu they speak. He calmed himself, his heart was, Why has ear revealed to impure mankind the heart of heaven and earth? A heart has created within him, has made him a name. What can we do with him? Food of life bring him, that we may eat. Food of life they brought him, but he ate not. Water of life they brought him, but he drank not. Garments they brought him, he clothed himself. Oil they brought him, he anointed himself. Anu looked at him and wondered at him. Come, Adapa, why hast thou not eaten, not drunken? Now thou shalt not live. Men, Ea, my lord, said, Eat not, drink not. Take him and bring him back to his earth. Looked upon him.